What's going on, everyone? Hope y'all having a great day today. And in this video, we're actually going to be doing another fab project. I know you kind of missed out on the last one. I didn't really film any of it. And that was the rear bash bar, the Miata. Now, we're going to be doing something a little bit more productive. And we are going to be making a harness bar for the Miata. As you can see, it's 7 o'clock p.m. here. And it's raining pretty hard. It's a good aesthetic, but that means it's the perfect time to start this project, right? So, anyways, yeah, I got the top off of the car. I'll show you guys in a second here, and I kind of have a brief idea of what I want to do to start making this harness bar. All right, guys. So I have a kind of a basic blueprint drawn out for you. So this would be the main bar going across, and then here we gotta make two L brackets on either side, and I just kind of drew out the rough seatbelt towers there. So that's what we got. It's not an 1.25 inches, or no, excuse me, it's not 1.5 inches. It's 1.75 inches tube. So that's what I'm going to be using. This is the Miata with the full top off of the car. It looks really naked without it. I'm so used to having the hard top on it. But this is the pipe. This is 5 feet of pipe. And essentially what we're going to be doing is, obviously I got a little extra. Never could be too careful there. But we're going to be taking this bolt out. And then we're going to be also taking this 1/8-inch sheet of steel. This should be plenty to make two little brackets on both sides. There was 3 feet, but you know what? If we need more, we need more. That's no big deal. So yeah, essentially, we're gonna take this bolt out here. This seat belt somehow got ruined, so I need to fix that on a later date. But essentially, once we get the brackets made, it's just gonna bolt up here. Same on the other side. We're gonna be using this tube to make the shape of the harness bar, and we are going to be using this to make the brackets. And if everything goes well, we should be able to reuse the stock hardware. So that's going to be good. So yeah, I am excited to start this project. It should be a fairly straightforward project. We just got to measure a few things and cut the brackets to shape, and kind of go from there. I'm going to make the brackets really rough, weld them together, shape them up, and then it's going to bolt in. I'm going to cut the pipe out here and cut that to length and get that all welded in. So realistically, it should only be about four to six welds total is what I'm hoping for. I might beef up the brackets more. You'll kind of see how I go about it, but I got a bunch of new stuff and I'm ready to try out. So I'm really excited. So let's get into how we're going to make the bracket. Alrighty, so I did a little bit of disassembly here, and I just was making some measurements and stuff, and I was just trying to figure out how exactly I was going to do this. And I was going to make a bracket out of this, and I was just measuring it out, blah blah blah, and I was like, I have extra metal, maybe I'll take a look. And I had this stuff lying around, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's backup. It's the same thickness as this stuff right here. So I was like, okay, good. That's backed up. I don't have to run to the store, blah blah blah. Then I was digging. I found this. This is absolutely perfect. It's a little bit more heavy duty, but you know, that's completely fine. I do not care that it's more heavy duty or not. But perfect. And the holes that are there are all spaced out perfectly too. And I only need 2 of these. And so there's my other one on the other side there. So the holes, I just need to make a little bit bigger, which I can do. I have the stuff to make that hole bigger. But essentially, the hole is going to fit right in there, and the L is going to be facing this way. So that's how it would be in the car. Just kind of making that mirror it on the other side, and then I have the two brackets. The cool thing is, the solid side that is going to be facing the inside of the car. That is the perfect diameter for that tube over there. So, all in all, this is gonna work out way better than what I thought it was gonna be. less measuring and work for me, because I luckily had that stuff laying around. So, I'm really excited. This is gonna turn out way easier than what I thought it was gonna be. So, I'm going to chop that into bits. I'm kind of trying to get used to this camera. I'm gonna chop that up into bits and play with it a little bit more. I'll catch you guys up when I'm done cutting that and test fitting and all that lovely stuff. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, I got updates. Brackets are made, number one. They're test fitted, and the only thing that I have left is to make the holes a little bit bigger, and then cut the pipe to length. So that's next too. But yeah, let me show you what I got as far as brackets are going here. So these are our brackets that we're making, and that I'm making. That's the ugly side, that's the cool side. So hole needs to get a little bit bigger, like I keep saying. But so here is the seatbelt tower right here. That's just where all the seatbelt stuff goes. That's where the stock seatbelt bolts into right there. That's the seatbelt bolt, plastic around it. So essentially, what's going to happen is that is just going to sit like that, right in there. Maybe a little bit closer. So that's how that's going to sit on both sides. And then the bolt will go in. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt this in, and then on both sides measure it and cut the pipe, and then we'll weld. And then I guess we'll weld it. See how that goes. So that's going to be kind of nerve-wracking, but I think what I'm going to do for tonight is just drill them out and measure and maybe cut the pipe. It's starting to get super wet outside, but it wasn't raining the entire time I wasn't filming, and now it's doing it again. So okay, so we're going to drill and cut, and then I'll pick it back up. All right, so I hope you can see that okay, but I got the bracket, a little bit of lube. A little bit more. Should be plenty. Bueno. Alright, first one done. Alright, so I have it measured out. I have the posts that I made measured out as well. So it all comes out to 43 inches. The bolts are 44 inches apart, but so when you look at the brackets, you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I have it measured up to 43 inches, and we're gonna go ahead and cut, and hopefully it all works out. So I have it just beyond 43 inches, just barely, like a millimeter or two just away from the actual 43 mark, just so I can grind it down later and just play with it. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, and we might weld it tonight, but we'll see. I think we're just gonna get all the cutting done for now. But yeah, so I'm really excited, and let's get into it. It's probably very cringy to watch, but I did it. I think the tubes kept its shape, so we gotta throw it on and see if this works. Alright, so it is actually the next day from working on it. This is just from where I essentially left off. So I did a couple of things off camera, and that was I basically had to measure out the pipe for the actual main harness bar itself. Last time you saw, we got the brackets all put together and everything. So that's really exciting. So I have this whole thing laid out here, ready to get tacked up, and then we'll unbolt it and weld it all together. All right, so this is what it is looking like at the moment here. We have everything exactly how we need it. Everything is level. Everything is looking good. Still a major mess in the car, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is what we're looking like here. And that is how the bar is going to sit. It's kind of a better perspective for the car. But yeah, this is everything. Essentially all we're doing in this few clips here is we're going to weld it all together and paint it and reinstall it. I don't have the harnesses yet, so we're not going to get harnesses in this video, unfortunately, but I am going to order them as soon as possible. And I need to find a seat too, so that's another thing I need to look out for, is a seat that can work for that as well. I'm gonna just try and find a seat off the Facebook Marketplace and make it work. And I'll either try to find brackets online for a Miata or make them myself, whichever one sounds easier. So, I mean, if I try and find a Sparco seat, then I will just find Sparco brackets online for the Miata and just bolt everything up. I just don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a seat. So I mean, if I can just find a used seat that would work for what I'm trying to do, then that'll be perfect. I'll have a seat. I'll try and find some brackets somewhere, make everything work. So then we'll have seat and harnesses, and then the last thing I really want to do for the interior is a steering wheel. And I'll just buy all that new online. I'm not gonna do anything with that there. Steering wheels and the hub assemblies are fairly cheap, so they're my budget for the seat and the budget for the steering wheel is about the same, so that's what I'm trying to keep them at. So yeah, if you're wondering, for that situation, I'm probably only going to do with one seat and have a regular seat and a regular seat belt for the passenger. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with that. But yeah, so that's kind of like the story of the Miata. We're doing a harness bar first, just to make sure everything is how I like it, and then further on, once I get more practice with fabricating, I'll try and tackle a roll bar. I haven't really found anyone locally that can do that for me, so that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, enough talking. We're gonna get into some welding and get this thing tacked up, unbolt it, put it on the table, and weld the whole thing together. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod and we'll kind of go from there. All right, so we have it hopefully really solidly tacked in here. The welds are very ugly, but they should do. So we're gonna just remove it. It's not too hot in the middle there, so we're just going to start taking them out. Alright, still very light. We have it off. Now what we're going to start welding the pieces together. So now I'm going to start welding all the pieces together, and once I get one side done, I'll just kind of show you guys how the welds are looking. I don't really want to do welding on this camera just because I don't want to screw up the lens or anything. I'm sure it would be fine, but anyway, yeah, that's kind of my story. So we are going to weld up the brackets to the bar. We should then we'll paint it and reinstall it is the game plan. So bear with me here, and yeah, I will start welding away on those little bars, so stay tuned. All right, so I have the bar all welded up. It's yet another day, but I have everything all welded together now. There's the bar, somewhere down there, you can see it. But yeah, the bar is looking ready to go. Got it all welded up. This is my little paint station here. We are just going to spray it black, and then what we are essentially scuff shoot and install. I just have everything all cleaned up. My portable station is all over there now. Yeah, everything is all good. So I'm going to get this all laid out, ready to go, and then I will install the bar, and then I'm going to just order my harnesses. I haven't ordered them yet, but I'm going to order them as soon as I get it all installed and everything like that. So yeah, I am really super excited. I'm going to start spray painting this, and I'll get it all in the car and ready to go. So I will pick it up when we're ready to start scuffing and shooting. All right, so we got the harness bar all painted. It's looking pretty darn good, if I don't say so myself. It's really cold, so the paint might have a couple fingerprints in it when we install it, but that is not to worry about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're going to just lay it down here. I'm going to throw in a couple of bolts here. And there we go. We have a harness bar, fully custom harness bar in the Miata, and it's not going anywhere. So that's kind of how I made the harness bar for the Miata. Very simple. We just had We just had to make 2 brackets, and we got some pipe from Napa, and we just made it all work. I mean, if you have all this at home, you can do it as well, as long as you have a welder and everything like that. Very simple little design here. It's gonna work great. I'm gonna put the interior back together and get the seat tie on and everything like that. I think that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And while you're down there leaving a comment, leaving a like, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.